Oh, it was fast. It was fast.
Well, yeah, you guys made good time.
We did. We did.
That'll be set for when we need that. For that.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to pull that shade because it's getting sunny out there, and so then it's going to
Get warm in here?
not just warm, it's going to get light, and then the sun's going to go behind a cloud, and it's going to suddenly get dark, and it's going to look like this place is haunted or something.
It just very well might be.
It is. Okay, so whenever you're ready.
Yes, let's get started.
All right.
I'm going to put on my doodad now.
The Wayback Machine.
The Wayback Machine. How about I poke my finger? Being a phlebotomist, I know, yeah, that's experience.
Phlebotomist, I'm not going for a vein.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes I've had myself pricked where people go, there it is, there's the bone. So we're doing blood sugar because the brain uses so much up during the mediumship process, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Okay, give me the finger.
I'm sorry. Oh. Don't want to push too much, it ruins it. Need more?
No. Sure.
Looks like it's reading it.
Yeah. Do you want a Kleenex or do you want to use the
I'll just use this.
the alcohol? Okay.
Did it get it for you?
Ooh, a little on the low side.
I'm always low.
66. Okay. Now the reason we're doing.
It can't be 66.
Huh?
There is no way my blood sugar is 66.
Yeah.
There is no way. Oh well. If it is, it is.
Okay, the reason we do blood sugars is one of the things we found is that the brain, although the brain is 3 pounds or 2% of our body weight, it consumes 30% of our oxygen and 30% of our sugar. And so many psychics would tell me, I'd ask, how do you feel when you do a reading? And they go, well, by the time I'm done, I'm lightheaded, I'm dizzy, I'm weak, I'm shaky.
Yep.
I have stomach pains. And to me, after 40 years as a nurse, this tells me low blood sugar or dehydration.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started checking blood sugars, and we found that on average, the blood sugar would drop 24.7 points. And so that seemed kind of significant.
Yeah.
So I do a blood sugar before and then halfway in.
Yeah.
Also, we monitor the pulse ox for blood oxygenation.
It's true though, because I do not go anywhere without eating and my water and having food, and people will laugh when I do galleries because I'm eating the whole time to keep my blood sugars up. So I believe what you're saying.
Okay, your pulse is 85 and your oxygen level is 97. So what's the significance of the oxygenation level? Well, your pulse ox is 97 right now, which is good. But we're going to look at something else real quick while we do this.
You can get up and move around to get a better view of everything.
your respiratory rate is about 14. And why is that important? Well, as I said, it appears as though there's low blood sugar and dehydration. So why would there be dehydration? And that we'll look at the end, because one of the interesting things is we lose water one of 3 ways. We pee it out, we sweat it out, or we breathe it out. We breathe 1.5 liters of water out every day just breathing, unless we're breathing heavy because we're exercising or working hard. And one of the things that I found was that in a little while, her pulse ox is going to be the same. She'll still have an oxygenation level of 95 plus, but we're going to probably find that her respiratory rate is quite high. She's sucking wind to keep her oxygen level that high. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's where we're at right now. And so then we put this down for a little while. Okay, so since we're real still, so we can let the brain mapping, and brain mapping, it's called a beam test, brain electrical activity mapping, and that measures. I'm not diagnosing anything like bipolar or schizophrenia or seizure disorders. What we're looking at is the areas of the brain that have electrical activity. And so we're going to start with some baseline in a second here. All right, it's settling down fairly good. Okay. We'll start with some logic questions. Logically, we want to see up in this region.
Are you getting his screen too? Okay.
What is the, basically it's the frontal cortex. What's 318 plus 762?
No idea. I can't do it that fast.
Okay, but her brain is looking at that, and that's the whole idea. Her cognitive level is active here, and that's important. Okay, in 10 words or less, tell me childhood memory.
My father dying.
Okay, and that's coming through here, and you can see the activity. And this is the hippocampus of the brain where memories are stored. And what's important about that is, this is where we can see that she pulled up a memory. Okay, in 10 words or less, tell me a lie.
I like snakes.
All right, and you can see that coming through here. And now we know in the right cingulate gyrus is where her imagination is. So when she starts doing a reading, if she's imagining the whole thing, we're going to see that occur right here. But that's not what's going on. Tell me a very emotional day for you. Something that happened, the happiest day, the most terrific day, whatever, an emotional day.
My father dying.
Okay, and here we saw it down here in the limbic region, we saw her emotion. And that emotion comes through. So now we know her emotions, we know her logic, we know her memories, and we know her lies. So now, relax very deep. Breathe deep in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Get very relaxed. And are there any spirits in the room here?
They're not in this room with us right now.
Are they
But
any
they're
here?
They're around us, but they're not here.
Okay.
Can we move this chair out of the visual?
This one?
Yes, thank you.
We can do that.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Okay. Relax. Let everything settle down.
There is a guy,
Young guy, old guy?
older gentleman, he says, "You're back." And yes, I'm back. See, it's funny because when I'm
Okay.
doing this,
See how we see this down here?
I have the conversations in my head.
This is the regional side. Okay, let everything settle down. Okay, is he talking to you?
He's talking to someone else actually,
Okay.
and he's aware that I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to someone else though, a woman. He's talking to a woman.
Okay.
And it's like they're having just a daily conversation. They're just chatting.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And yes, he's laughing because he said I've had too much coffee, and he's right. I've had too much coffee.
Yeah, and it's showing up on your brain waves because you're jittery. Okay. All right. Is he saying anything else?
He wants me to read him.
Read him how? What does he want you to say?
Well, if I was to pick this guy up, or if I was to pick him up and read him, and when I say pick up, it's because when I read people, I kind of pick them up by the back of the shirt and I drop them onto a beach. And the beach is where people are feeling safe, secure, and grounded.
Try not to talk with your hands.
It's very hard when I'm doing my readings.
He's coming through right now, isn't he?
Yes. So he is saying that when I place him on the beach, he looks out on the water and he says, I never got to go out there. So what he's telling me is that there was very limited opportunities for him in his life, that there was a lot of discord or issue with his own mother, so he felt alone quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He was disconnected from family. Almost feels like he may have been around either family or something in wartime. So, like, he was not in war, but he understood it through other people close to him, possibly this brother figure or somebody. And I hear that fan, that's why we couldn't hear the stuff the last time.
Mm-hmm. And your microphone was right over there. By the
Yep,
fan.
that's why I couldn't get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants to talk. He wants to, it's like he enjoys his freedom. He enjoys the freedom of, and partially why he's still here is because he's not ill. He can come and go. He's experiencing life on the other side as he wanted to while he was alive and could not.
Okay.
There's no judgment. He says there's no judgment. There's nobody looking at him funny. And he has seen a lot in his lifetime. So I also am wondering, from what he's talking about, if he saw a circus or something come through here.
And it used to be when the owner of this building, the guy that built this building in the mid-1800s, they used to have a circus come to town.
Interesting. Is that Gary?
I believe Gary was his name. Are there any other spirits in here?
That boy is here and he's over to my left.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about the cookies.
He loves his cookies.
He is.
I
So
got
you need to leave him a klatchkey over here somewhere on the couch. He may even come sit down next to me.
Well, let's put a kolache over there for him. He does like his
He
cookies.
does. The red one, or purple, red or purple.
Little Chris, I always forget your cookies.
Put it over right here on the couch next to me.
Okay.
Right there. Yes.
All right.
So Chris, if you like that cookie, you know, we're recording this so we can hear you audibly too. Everyone else will be able to hear you.
That's
enjoy
little
that
Chris's
cookie.
gravestone right there behind you.
Yes.
You know, little Chris loves his cookies.
He's talking about my dogs.
He's talking about your dog.
Yes.
This is the region of size. This is when she gets bursts. And when the spirits talk to her, even though we're holding a conversation, she may spend 90 seconds explaining what they said.
Yes.
What they tell her is in bursts,
Yes.
like bursts of data.
Yes.
So we see these bursts that come through.
He's talking about my dog and also bringing up Bellatrix, our dog, our female shepherd is pregnant, and he's talking about that.
Ah.
And no, I'm not. I don't know. You want a puppy? He wants to know if you want to get one of the puppies.
I've talked about getting a puppy, so that may be what's on his mind.
It might.
He's a good guy. He's a real good guy. Is he saying anything else to you?
Yes. Well, it came through, and then it was a little bit ago, but a mother figure came through. And then I was trying to discern whose mother is this. But this woman seems to be around him. And it's like a mother figure for him. But I don't pick her up in this house. I pick her up in a different dimension. So I don't know if he's actually like stuck in this house as much as he's able to travel to and from this home. So you might be kind of a magnet for him here, or the house is a magnet.
Yeah,
And he comes here to visit you.
he does.
And it's because he likes being here, just like if someone were to die and visit family during a holiday. And it was funny because when she calls him home, the heavenly place that's there is this, it's like a giant, beautiful grass field, and you can feel as you walk, you can feel the grass and stuff overgrown, and touch it with your hands as you're walking, like if you were to go through like a wheat field. And she's very beautiful, and she's very young, and they're together in heaven. It's just that he travels out to visit and to talk.
Yeah. All right, cool. Anything else you got to say, or they got to say?
He wants you to leave the cookie because he has to go. He wants you to leave the cookie for him.
All right, little Chris, I will leave a cookie out for you.
He has to go. Leave the cookie. I have to go. But leave the cookie, he keeps saying.
Okay.
I'm just watching them. I'm watching where they're going. See, he has a dog in heaven, and it almost looks like a beagle.
Mm-hmm.
Hunting dog of some kind. I would think beagle. That looks like I'm really bad with dogs, but that definitely looks like a beagle.
One that crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Okay.
What is it doing right now?
The screen?
Yeah, we'll just watch it for a moment.
It's relatively quiet in the region of Psi.
Okay, hold on.
There we got something. Little something there.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And there we just got something.
Yeah, that's why I want you to point that out, because I don't know what the bishop got herself into in the last couple of days. Something is following her.
She just texted me and said she can't make it today.
It wants me to tell her that it knows her and it recognizes her. I don't know who she's working around or working with, but this feels like an energy that is more leechy.
Define lychee.
Darker.
Darker, yeah. She's always got dark energies attacking her.
It's following her now. I don't know who she's been around, but it is like jumped onto her from something. Grab it. Get it right here. Just like it didn't do it here. I'll get it.
Okay, you get it.
There we go. Perfectamundo. Close this up for you. Oh, yeah, I'm getting the shakes.
Yeah, it went down to, you should be getting the shakes, went down to 48.
Interesting.
Now, that's, I haven't calibrated this machine in a while, so your machine may be totally different. But the issue is, on this machine, you dropped almost 20 points.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's
Yeah,
it's still
the
the
point
points,
is-
damn it. It's down.
Yeah, and that's the main thing about it. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
97% of psychics are right-handed, and which is interesting since only 91% of the public is right-handed. So,
Really. Very cool. So the
And-
blood sugar dropped.
the blood sugar dropped. We got the
Yeah, I was starting to get the shit. Yeah, like, interesting. But that's why I eat. I'll be on camera doing videos, and I'm eating. No, I'm good right now. If I have to, I'll take that. I do. I keep glucose tablets with me.
good idea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because your sugar is relatively low.
Mm-hmm. I do. I always tell people, just as long as you have food, I'll come to a gallery for you.
Uh-huh.
I'll do a party as long as there's food.
Yeah, I usually, I'll do a party as long as there's wine, but actually I shouldn't say that. I haven't had wine in a month. And,
Yeah, I can't. I don't drink when I'm doing readings
yeah.
because God only knows what people will get.
Mm-hmm.
But then I used to smoke, and it was a long time ago. And I had a friend of mine who she said, "You shouldn't smoke, Rebecca, and be psychic." And she used to do psychic, like regular deck of cards readings.
Mm-hmm.
And she said smoking is bad for you when you're trying to read for people. It does a lot to your body. And I was like, ah. So it took me a while to finally quit, but I quit cold turkey.
And did you find an improvement?
I think I find an improvement every time that I change my behavior. Every time I take a break. My gift always is transforming and changing. And every now and then they'll throw something new in for me to see, and I'll say, wow, after 33 years of doing this, I've never seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's happened a lot recently. A lot of new things have come through in readings, and I enjoy that because it shows me that they're kind of broadening what they're showing me and helping my understanding.
Yeah, yeah, it helps you grow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very, very cool.
Where are we at on this now? Is it same?
Just a second. Yeah, your pulse is still 97, but your respiratory rate is 24.
It's up to 24 now.
Mm-hmm. From the
Interesting.
14. So yeah, I wouldn't say you're sucking wind like you just
I
ran
have
a
though.
mile.
I know what you say though.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I'm at home, when I'm reading, I do not sit. I pace,
Mm-hmm.
and I pace, and because it just keeps, I don't know, it keeps a neutral zone for me. Because when I'm doing this, I kind of drop this veil in front of me so that like I can walk around right now. I can walk around a beach. But when I'm looking at you, I'm brought back into my body, and I always joke around that this isn't where I want to be. I need to focus. So there are times where I've been pacing and I sound like I'm running a mile because I'm breathing so heavily.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll stop and be like, oh my gosh, I'm about to go down. So I have to sit down, I have to slow my breathing, I have to eat something.
Yeah, catch your breath and eat a little bit. Yeah.
But it absolutely does.
And that is just classic psychic ability.
Yeah.
Because, and as I said, I've tested 800 psychics, and this is the trend that I find.
Yeah.
And the only ones I found that don't have this issue, when I go and look at their readings, whether they're reading, when they're allegedly talking to a spirit, it's all the activity is showing up in their right cingulate gyrus. It's their imagination. They think they're psychic. They truly believe they're psychic, but if they just have an overactive imagination, they're not psychic.
And you're not seeing that here.
No, I'm seeing it. Let me swing this around. Okay.
Just went wonky.
See how the two bottom lines are cardiac leads, and I told you we don't use them anymore.
All right.
And so let it settle down. Every sweep is 3 seconds. See that bottom line there? Yeah. Nothing's going on there because nothing's going.
Yeah, I can see every time you move your chair,
connected.
it picks up the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just tapping the table, and it's very sensitive.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing there. However, when we were recording it, we had you all hooked up. That bottom, or the third from the bottom, was very active. And it had settled down like it is now at times. And then all of a sudden we'd see it burst. And then you tell me something they said.
That's really cool how it bloops. And then it is exactly what happens though. Because when I'm reading people, I will, for instance, say, okay, they are showing you on a boat in the water and you're wearing shoes. I can read a person for 30 minutes on that simple visual that they give me.
And that's your ace. And we talked about this the other day. When we're looking at the screen, our sight, that's a cognitive event. You're listening to my melodious tones, that's a cognitive event. If you felt the spider run up your arm, that's a cognitive event. If you felt the warmth of the urine running down your leg because a spider ran up your arm, those are cognitive events. Those are something we all see, hear, touch, and feel all day long. But when you see something psychically, that's an anomaly or an anomalous cognitive event. And that comes in bursts. And when my team is looking for missing
There's
kids,
a name for it, what I do. That's interesting.
And, sometimes the universe works its own problems out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That was the mailman. I just had a heart attack because the whole blind behind you jacked forward. That was so cool. And I'm like, oh, it's just the mailman.
Well, that's funny. I usually don't even get mail.
Is it done? Oh yeah, you can hit pause. Just hit pause. So we are done, and this was a lot of fun.
It was.
So next is just we'll move forward with the next projects and see where it goes, right? And hopefully we got a good audio on this one.
Hopefully they're good.
So thank you so much. Thank you for the cookies.
Oh, thanks for
and
coming by.
the coffee and the wine glasses, which I will use.
Yeah, let me wrap them up for you.
And it's good. I've got stuff. So thank you very much. It was super fun.
It was.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
And
Dr.
Brian,
Chuck.
it was so great to meet you.
I know. Brian working camera. Me, Dr. Foster, Dr. Chuck. Rob could not make it. He was held up. So we would have had the whole team together, but awesome. Thanks. Enjoy